What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and behind me I have a nice surprise that I've been keeping a secret for an entire year. Unfortunately, this is a headache right here, and I'm going to explain to you why. So I originally bought this car off of Copart, and I looked at the pictures, and there was not this logo right here that says no reverse. So I was like, that's weird. Why does it say no reverse? But in the pictures, they didn't have that. Second of all, I looked and this car was a good buy, so I bid all the way up to $7,800, so almost $8K, and then with shipping it was pretty much $9K, and I'm like, oh, it's a pretty good deal because it just has a little bit of damage here and here, and it was a clean title. So I already purchased that Rocket Bunny kit up here, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be easy. I'm gonna take it to Motorhead Co. RV Tune, they're gonna slap on the body kit, and then bam. And it said runs and drives. However, after getting this car, you guys want to see what this car does? Let me show you the problem with it. Check this out right here. You see what it's doing? I don't have my foot on the gas and it just goes up and down. And then whenever you try to rev it, it kind of hesitates. You see? There's no codes, no check engine light. I took it to the dealership, and the dealership, there were some codes popping up like camshaft position sensor and this VVTI, the valve timing sensor. So I replaced that myself, and then I took it to the Nissan dealership. And he basically did the same thing. And he's like, oh, it was your camshaft sensor. That's going to be $400. And it didn't fix the problem. So he's like, well, I couldn't update your ECU. And I have proof of this footage too. But I don't want to bash them because they honestly don't know what they're doing, the Nissan dealership. And I feel bad for them. But the ECU, he's like, I can't update it, so it's your ECU. But a lot of people are telling me, no, it's not your ECU. It's your injectors. You need to check your spark plugs. You need to check your coil packs. So we did that. We changed spark plugs. We changed coil packs. We looked at the injectors. None of them are stuck open. We lifted them up and they're spraying correctly. So it's not the coil packs. It's not the spark plugs, probably not the injectors. We even tested the wiring for the coil packs and spark plugs. Also, what's weird is this bolt got threaded too hard, and you have to keep this bolt in because it'll like suck air, and if you put your finger, like, it stops it from, you know, so we just put this bolt in right here. Some people are saying it's the throttle body, some people are saying it's the injectors, but the problem is hesitation. So sometimes when you drive it, you'll be pushing the gas and it'll be like, it'll just like, your car will just like jump like back and forth, and your neck will just be like this. When you're trying to give it gas, it like hesitates and it's like that. And then on top of that, sometimes it'll just be idling and it'll just be pulsating kind of and doing just all kinds of weird stuff at idle. It doesn't idle at the correct
RPM.
At the correct RPM. And it's dangerous to drive. Sometimes you'll be pushing on the gas and there's no power. Like, it's not giving gas. You'll be pushing gas all the way and the RPM is not even going up. So, and I've already done the liberty myself to diagnose the computer. Well, I took it out right here and I opened it up and I looked at it and it looks completely clean. There's no corrosion. There's no burnt marks. It doesn't smell burnt. Did a visual and smell inspection, and it's even coated with this hydrophobic film that, and you can see, because it's really shiny, it looks like somebody sprayed it with clear coat. And to make the waterproofing. So nothing appears to be wrong visually with the computer, but for some reason this car does not want to drive at all. It's almost as if it's in limp mode, but it'll go past a certain RPMs, but then just random like hesitate. So it's undrivable, and I need your help to help me solve this problem because I'm already $10,000–11,000 in a 350Z, and I have my friends even helping me out to hurt my feelings, and they send me pictures of things on Marketplace that I could have gotten. Like for 15K, I could have gotten a twin turbo 350Z, or I could have gotten a 370Z. So they're not even though they want me to get this car fixed, that's not really helping. I know I'm deep into this car, but this is an HR, and this was my dream car. This is a pretty rare car, and I wanted this to become a drift car with the Rocket Bunny kit. But unfortunately, there's something wrong with it, and I cannot figure it out, and I need your help. Oh, also, look, this was gone from the auction. This was gone from the auction. This bar that's supposed to go over is gone. Also, here's another cool thing. The radio doesn't work. None of the cigarette lighters work, and we have this wire hanging out like a hair in a biscuit, as Motorhead Co. would say, like a hair in a biscuit. I think this is for subs, right? So somebody basically, first of all, I don't know how the insurance totaled this out. Well, they didn't total it out because it's clean title. But someone right before because Progressive sold this car, as you can see, right before this car was sold, they ripped out their subs. They probably ripped out their radio and threw that old ugly radio in there. And they took this bar off right here, and they took these covers for some reason. On top of that, we found some speakers in the back, and I'm like, that's weird. Why are there just speakers? And I'm like, oh, maybe they have upgraded speakers, but unfortunately, they're not upgraded, and it's busted right here and ripped. So that's another expense I have to deal with this car. Also, whenever I won it for a 7,800 or something, the insurance company was like, no, we can only give it to you for 8. And we were like, no. At that point, we were like, no. And I honestly bid it too much. I was really wanting to bid only for like 6 or 65. And I guess the carbon fiber hood made me emotional with it. Also, we did track down the owner, but if I tell you how we did that, probably not very legal. But he did not reply. We found him on Facebook. He did not reply. And the reverse does work. Some people were stupid at the auction. You have to actually push this down and then put it into reverse after pushing it down. But this is what it does. I'm about to go to second. You still recording?
Yeah. I see.
You see, I'm pushing. This is full gas.
Yikes.
That's full gas. Look at this. Watch this.
Yeah, careful when you push full gas.
That's full gas. You see how it bounces? Can you see? It was just...
It's not good.
Yeah. It's just bouncing right there. It just wanted to bounce. See, look, it's bouncing. That's what it's doing right there. You have to play around with it and... Woo! All right, let me put it in the first. I'm not trying to do that. Can we even get this thing back?
I hope.
All right. Watch this. It'll clear up right here down the hill. See, it works fine if you keep it. If you keep it in really high RPMs, it'll go. And it just died. It actually just died after it died on its own. Look, it's still on.
Uh-oh.
It died. You see what I mean? I don't know why it does this. So after actually getting it to run right, oh, it almost stalled and then it caught itself. But yeah, that's the story with this car. And even the e-brake doesn't work. And also we did a custom alignment by using the eye, and we kind of used a string, but I think the control arm rod or something is bent over there, and there's no check engine light, there's no codes, nothing. We just drove it and it was doing all that and no codes. See, no codes, no check engine light, nothing, dude. So this guy probably, my assumption is maybe a little bit of an insurance fraud. He knew the car was messed up, and he probably did a little tiny damage in his garage, or used a little hammer, or used his mailbox, and called his insurance, got full coverage, and was like, hey, yeah, I just did something, or my car rolled back to where it wasn't on his record. I don't know the full story, but, and just claimed it. Claimed on the insurance because it wasn't running and he couldn't figure it out. Not even the Nissan dealership could figure this out. So we got the computer hanging out with like a hair and a biscuit. This radio, none of this works. Look at this. This isn't even connected. So this car was sabotaged and none of the cigarette lighters work, nothing. I mean, I know that's probably just a fuse and the radio was probably the original one was just torn out. So, but why is it running like that with no check engine light is my question. So if you guys can help me, whoever solves this problem, I will let you drive this thing for a week. Drift it however you like. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I gotta clean this mess up. Waste products. This is a tax write-off right here. Damage to the floor, tax write-off. Using this rag right here, $4 rag, tax write-off. My time, tax write-off. Having to hire people to pressure wash this, tax write-off. If I do it myself, then I have to pay myself for doing it. That's my time, that's a tax write-off. So done with this car. Why'd I get this car? I don't know, I wanted to be the cool guy. Oh yeah, look, this isn't even coming off. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today.